Uh-uh.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Megazord Radio, the definitely not weekly podcast where we talk about Power Rangers episodes, 2 episodes of the children's television program Power Rangers. I am your host, Riely. We are here 1 hour late. I am fighting through sleep every moment. And joining me here is the reason why we're 1 hour late. Pro royalty.
Sorry.
Oh great! Now he's cutting out. Oh great!
Oh, hell, late. I have full internet. What the fuck?
I just love doing podcasts with pro royalty.
This is a problem. So we're on episodes 13 and 14. Episode 13 is Peace, Love, and Woe. Oh wait, didn't you want to talk about that Dawn Brothers clip that I sent you?
No. We don't have time. We
do. We do.
No, we don't. This is a speed round episode.
The speed round episode.
In and out. Hour and a half.
Damn. Okay, go.
What do you mean go? Say the shit about the episode.
Okay. Peace, Love, and Woe originally aired on September 21st of 1993, and then again on August 14th of 2010. It was written by Julianne Clem and directed by Robert Hughes.
All right, folks. So we start off at the juice bar, as we so often tend to do. Jason and Trini are practicing karate, and Kim is doing gymnastic flips, as she does. And some people, they're setting up like decorations and shit for a dance. And Billy and Zach are helping with the setup. Skull comes in and he pushes some people away to make room for Bulk to come in. Bulk rides in on a skateboard. Yeah, that's gonna go great, Bulk.
Yeah, it really is.
So he loses control, go figure. He runs into a solid red curtain banner thing, whatever, that Billy and Zach are holding, and it blinds him. Then Trini kicks him in the back by accident, and that causes him to propulse into Kim. She dodges away, and she's like, "Where are you going?" He turns back to her, and he says, "I go where I want to go," and then immediately he crashes into Ernie. And Ernie's holding the cake, and guess what? Bulk gets scooped by the cake.
Bulk gets scooped.
So the Rangers and Bulk gather around him. Skull says, "Are you sure that's where you wanted to go, Bulk?" And everybody laughs. Ha 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 ha. And then we cut to good old Rita. She's going to send a monster to attack when they least expect it. It's going to be a surprise. She goes to Finster.
Totally a surprise, man.
Yeah, of course. She goes to Finster. She starts yelling at him. She's also yelling at Lunk and Babu. They're also there. And she's like, "Get to work. I need a monster right now." She wants Madame Woe. And Lunk and Babu are like, "Ooh, she's scary and powerful." And she tells Finster not to screw it up this time, and she leaves.
Okay, wait.
Yeah?
I can't say this yet because that technically goes out of order of the episode. Never mind.
You can say it if you want.
I was going to say, if Madame Woe is a legitimate person, why is she telling Finster not to screw it up? It's not like Finster is making another monster.
Finster might be making, like, the witch's brew necessary to do the spell to summon Madame Woe.
But I call bull.
Yeah, I understand. I'm watching you, Heim. Like a hawk, Heim. I'm watching you, Heim.
Like, okay, here, the reason that I call bull is, why would Finster be doing potions?
He's done a potion before. He does the he does the love potion in season 2.
Guys, oh yes, I forgot that wasn't Babu for a minute.
Yeah, Finster can do a potion.
Okay then.
Well, there you go. So yeah, that's happening. And then we cut back to the juice bar. And Ernie is scolding Bulk and Skull. He tells them they gotta follow the rules and pay for the cake, or just don't come back. And then he throws them out. And now the Rangers are grouped up. Zach remarks about how Bulk and Skull never learn, and then he hits Billy with the speaking of learning segue and says he wants to teach Billy some moves for the dance. And then he does some sick hip-hop moves, as he tends to do. Billy is not interested in gaining feminine attention through bodily gyrations.
Was that not the whole purpose of him dancing in the first episode?
Is that true? In the first episode?
No.
When did he dance in the first episode?
Not the first episode. Fuck, what episode was that?
I don't fucking know. What?
When they were doing, like, him was teaching the class.
Oh, the death episode! I think that was Different Drum. That's our favorite
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
But he's not interested.
Like, wasn't that entire purpose to, get women?
I mean, yeah, but he's not interested. And Trini translates that he doesn't want to dance just to attract girls. And then Zach says, to each his own, Billy boy, and then he struts away. And then Jason asks if Billy has asked anyone to the dance. Billy says no. Of course. What are you chuckling about?
Because loser don't gotta get to the dance. That is the joke that they are going off here.
I mean, not really, because he immediately just like fucking pulls a woman.
Oh, I know, but
Billy has like fucking 77 girlfriends. It's so wild.
No,
Billy
has
the most. Billy has the highest body count of the Power Rangers by far.
I don't believe that.
Body count meaning going out on dates. I don't know if he had sex with all of them, but he just has had the most variety of women on his arm.
I don't believe that.
Why?
Because Adam Park exists.
Adam Park. I don't know. I feel like there were more Billy love interests than there were Adam love interests.
Should we count them?
No, because that would take way too long.
We can do this like as we cover the episodes and like keep a tally.
Am I echoing now?
No.
Why? Then why does my circle light up? Am I fucking crazy? I'm tired of this shit. I have to be echoing. There's no other explanation.
I don't hear anything, and it's not lighting up when I'm speaking.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm going crazy, man.
You are going crazy.
So Kimberly is shocked. She's like, there has to be a girl from class you can ask. Billy's like, I have to experiment with my weather device at my lab. He goes to leave. They say goodbye to him. And then suddenly, Billy bumps into a pretty young lady, and she drops a fancy necklace as a result. They take a look at each other, and immediately porn jazz starts playing, and it's love at first sight.
See, okay. That song only gave me one thought going through my head when I heard it.
What?
Billy with a bitch. That is the only thought. That Billy gets a bitch. That is the only thought that I had for this episode.
It's not funny.
It's not funny, but that's the only thought that I had for this episode.
So Billy awkwardly apologizes. The girl accepts his apology. In classic geek speak, Billy is very impressed by this. And the girl sees she dropped her necklace and points it out. They both go to pick it up at the same time like goobers, and they clumsily bump heads, which results in more awkward apologies. Billy picks the necklace up and tries to help her put it on.
It's not knocking beds.
And she gets all flustered because Billy's arms are around her as he tries to fasten it. She is, for lack of a more classy term, she is horned up.
God damn it, right?
The other Rangers are watching in the distance, and Jason teases Zach, like, and you want to teach him how to meet girls? And Zach's like, wow, that's a match made in heaven over there. Okay. I get a lot of phlegm throat lately. I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to remember to cut that out, so I'm sure everybody just enjoyed that.
Yeah, everybody enjoyed that.
So we cut to Rita. She's like, now we're gonna finish them, and then she steps away. And that's it for her for the moment.
For the moment.
We go back to the juice bar, and now the girl is sat down at a table with Billy. She's talking about her necklace, which her mom got her when she graduated from the Accelerated Baby Genius program.
What the
wow,
fuck?
Billy's also graduated from that program. What a coincidence!
Okay, why?
Because they're the little baby
This-
geniuses.
But why did they have to specify this and not say, graduated pre-K when I was 3, like a
Accelerated
normal person?
No, they're in the Accelerated Baby Genius program.
The Accelerated Baby Genius program is stupid.
That should be a spin-off of Power Rangers, just about little Billy and little Marge learning how to
Her
be
name
smart.
is what? Her name is what?
Her name is Marge, like the Simpson.
Oh my fucking god. Why?
Because I don't know, it was a weird choice.
Marge. Yeah, because The Simpsons definitely wasn't a thing at this point. Yes, it fucking was. You knew what you were doing.
Fucking was? What?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Oh, it's not. Yeah.
Like, okay, like people wouldn't just immediately realize, oh, this is a Simpsons fucking.
It's not a Simpsons. Marge is a name. It's not a fucking Simpsons reference. I don't believe for a second it's a fucking Simpsons reference. Marge is just a
Every
name that
time I've
people
heard
have.
the name Marge, it has been in reference to The Simpsons. So
There are people named Marge. You're just a weird Zoomer who hasn't met enough people to know about the name Marge, okay? Fuck off.
it's either that or it's named after the weird ass like not butter.
You mean I can't believe it's not butter?
No, margarine.
Oh. No, Marge is a name. It's real.
It's like one of those two things. The weird not butter like substitute thing. It's not good.
Fuck off. So
Butter's better.
Just shut up. Just
Says the
what?
person that
Don't-
doesn't like ranch. So shut.
You're tripling
yourself up.
down. You make a bad joke. I try to move past it. You double down. I try to move past it again. You triple down. So anyway, the girl who is Marge. I don't know why I kept calling her the girl. I think
The
her name
girl.
only gets revealed near the end, so that's probably why. So Marge notices the other Rangers looking at them. They quickly turn away. She just kind of shakes off the weirded out shit. She's like, "What the fuck is going on?" But she's too busy horning up on Billy, so she can't really do anything about it.
Horning up on Billy. That's the episode title right there.
No, it's fucking not. Shut up. I'm not even putting that on the potential list.
You said it like 3 times now, so I would assume it was on the list.
It's not on the list. So Marge asks if Billy's invited anyone to the party. Billy says he has not and asks if she has. She says not yet. And then Billy's friends, they call him over to the bar where they're sitting. Jason's like, it's kind of an emergency, and he gestures at his communicator.
Sorry, this is like the ultimate like Chad move on Jason's part.
This is the most realistic teenagers Power Rangers have ever been, because like this isn't really, you can't use your powers for personal gain, but this is like the closest they can get without breaking that rule.
Exactly.
It's just like to lure Billy away with the idea of a Power Rangers emergency and be like, you gotta ask that girl out, bro.
Exactly. Like I will say this is the best teenage moment that we've seen so far.
No, I think the best teenage moment we've seen so far is just all of Kimberly's conduct in Happy Birthday, Zach, besides the poodle thing. Where she's like sassing Trini about her banner and like sitting on the bar and talking to Ernie and shit. Like, I think that's the most teenage we've gotten so far.
Nah.
Eating from Ernie's popcorn bowl without his consent at all.
Oh no, I'm just meaning like specific scene. Like
I understand. Shut up. I understand.
The most teenage we have seen Jason, let me put it that way.
Got you. So Billy's like, excuse me. And he walks over to his friends. And Jason, of course, misdirected our naive little Berniac. And he's like, dude,
And me, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It got me too. And Billy's like, huh? That's your emergency? And the others are like, come on, do it. Billy's like, I can't do it. And then she stands up and weirdly dramatically, she's like, I have to go. But then, plot twist, she asks him to the dance. Ooh. Billy accepts enthusiastically, and he asks if they
Progressivism.
progressivism, exactly. And
Progressivism.
he asks if they can meet up later and talk about science and junk, like his weather
So
device
wait, is
prior
this
to
why
the
you said
dance.
Billy straight?
Yeah. All of this is why I said Billy is straight. Because there's 37 other Marges.
A Static by Adam probably has more.
So, Marge is down to Clown to go talk about weather devices at the lake at 4 o'clock. She can't think of a better
That
place
joke's not
to
funny anymore.
discuss the weather. And she did put that stank on it. That wasn't me. That was not a joke. She put that stank on it. She's definitely looking to make out with him in front of this lake. Like it's not even like
Yeah,
a secret.
yeah, it's totally real.
So we cut to a nearby waterfront. And Madame Woe is here now, and she's doing like spells and stuff. Then the thunder crowds roll in, and Rita calls Madame Woe. And she's like, you can control the sun. And that's cool. I like that about you. And Madame Woe's
Can't
like,
she also control like the storms and the moon and like all sorts of other shit?
wow, Crow, it's almost like I was going to get there if you give me fucking 25 seconds.
The way you said that was like she could only
That's what Rita
control.
leads with. She's literally like, you can control the sun. And then Mamo's like, I can do that and much more, my queen. And your powers are under my command. And then she teleports to the palace. Rita tells her to use her crown jewel to send Billy to another dimension where he goes to the lake. Or when he goes to the lake, rather, at the 4 o'clock time.
At the 4 o'clock,
Madame
that is the time.
Yes, of course. Madame Woe is honored to complete this task for her empress. Then we cut to the lake. The girl has a flower and she's doing like the picking petals off, you love me not thing. And she's looking at her watch, waiting for Billy. I guess Billy is running late. And then suddenly the wind starts to blow and she makes a big, exaggerated, shocked face. And there's Madame Woe. And she's
It's a
like, I'm gonna
1980s
get rid
horror
of
movie now.
you, the Power Ranger that I'm here to catch, you. And
It's a
she's like,
1980s horror movie now, guys.
yep. And she's like, I'm not a Power Ranger. But it's
This
too
is for
late.
an R-rated movie.
She says she's not a Power Ranger. She drops her necklace. She gets sucked into the dimension as lightning cracks around. Then we cut to Rita, and Rita's like, what the fuck? You got the girl and not the Power Ranger? What the hell? And then we cut to Billy approaching the lake. He brought a bouquet of flowers. How sweet of him. Unfortunately, his fair dame is not present. He's bummed out for a second, but then he looks at the ground and he sees her necklace there. And then a putty ambush. Putty's here right now.
Right now, always, everywhere, now.
They corner Billy against the lake. They destroy his flowers, the monsters.
The monsters.
He calls Jason for help. Jason's at the juice bar with everybody else. He gathers them up, and then he takes Billy's call. And Billy's like, I need help with putties, fast, right now. And they're like, okay, we're coming. Then, back with the putties and Billy. Billy tries to break free from being cornered, but a putty, grabs him. He escapes, but then another putty kicks him to the ground. And then the cavalry arrives. Here's the other Power Rangers. They take fighting poses.
Power Rangers. Off topic real quick, because this is really funny. I need to say this. So, because part of what made me late was I was going to this youth thing. The first thing that was on the TV when I walked into that fucking house for the youth thing was the Power Rangers theme song. The Mighty Morphin theme song. And I'm like, this man is based.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
So yeah, they take fighting poses, all the putties turn to them, and then there's a fight. Zach does some pretty cool maneuvers over a bench. Good environment use. Always like a use of the environment in a fight.
Always like a use of the environment in a fight that is good.
Of course.
Of course.
And then Trini kicks a putty so hard they instant replay it 3 times in rapid succession. She's killing it like usual. Kim flips over a barrel that gets thrown at her, and then she flying kicks a putty. Jason gets like punched in the stomach and overwhelmed by 3 putties at once, and they push him against a tree. But then he breaks free and he murders them with karate powers. And then the putties retreat. Billy is still on the ground looking at the necklace. And he gets up. Kim's like, "Oh, the putties are such a pain." Billy thanks his friends for the assistance, but he lets them know there's another problem. It ain't over yet, because Marge, she never showed up. But her necklace was here on the ground. So what happened? And then Zordon gives Jason a call. The Rangers are called to go to the command center. So they teleport there. As they arrive, they ask about Marge, and Zordon confirms that Rita took her, and he explains that she was caught in a trap that was meant for Billy. So Billy's like, "Well, it was all my fault." And Alpha and Kim console him. They're like, "You shouldn't blame yourself, and we'll beat the bad guy like we always do, so it's fine." Zordon warns them that their foe is very powerful, and he directs them to the viewing globe. He shows off Madame Woe. Very cool monster, by the way.
She's aight. It's an aight monster design.
What do you mean?
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
You don't like Madame Woe?
She's okay. She's not the worst monster design, but not my favorite. My favorite doesn't show up until season 2.
You don't have any favorites from season 1?
If I really wanted to pick a favorite from season 1, it would have to be out of the ones that we've seen so far, and at which point it would be the hentai monster.
Wait, are you talking about Pine Octopus?
Yeah, that just
you didn't like Pine Octopus.
I don't like him, but it's like the most memorable one.
That's fair.
That's the only reason.
No, that design went hard. That's why I gave him that's most of why I gave him fucking character of the episode in that episode, because that design went fucking hard. It was like a fucking Lovecraftian horror creature, and I was super into it.
It's if this were an R-rated show.
It's not funny to just keep referencing that.
It's not, but that's the only thing that goes through my brain thinking about that monster. Like, honestly,
I don't want to think about that. That's not something I want to think about. I'm watching this innocent show, Power Rangers, my friend Crow Royalty, and you have to keep fucking soiling it with your crass sense of humor, Crow Royalty. How dare you? This is a PG show now. We're not going to swear. We're not going to make sexual references.
Well, fuck you.
This is the see, I have to bleep that now. I have to bleep that
fuck
too.
You.
No, I have to bleep that as well. Come
bitch.
on. No. So many bleeps.
You're not making this a PG-rated show.
I'm so tired of you. I'm tired of your lowbrow sensibilities.
Suck it. Well, you can suck it. Okay, I lied. My favorite monster is not Pine Octopus because he's the only one I remember. The Wheel of Misfortune is.
It's not even a monster, it's just a wheel.
It reminds me of a yokai that I know of.
Oh my fucking god, okay.
So
Madame Woe, she brings woe or trouble to everyone that she touches. She can control wind and rain.
Yeah, she brings it to everyone that she touches.
And the energy of her crown jewel can do that, and it can also send people into other dimensions. You know, that's just a little casual side feature that it has, aside from the weather control. And Zordon's like, the only way to defeat her is to combine your powers. And Jason's like, how? And Zordon's like, if you combine your 5 power coins, any one of you can assume the power of the entire team. Hey, what?
Okay, pause for a second.
Hey, what?
Okay, pause for a second. This totally isn't a super mode. But, like, what?
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 Why?
Why is this something that... What episode are we on? We're on episode, 13?
This is 13, yes.
We're on episode 13. Why do we have a quote-unquote super mode that is only used once?
That's not really super mode. It's just kind of
But it's like giving the power of all of... It is effectively operating max.
They make it sound like that's what's going to be, but the only thing about combining the powers is Billy escaping. Like, there's no real like boost in power.
It's operate max before operate max was even a thing.
Sure. So Billy volunteers, and Zordon gives Billy the old "May the power protect you," and then teams morph, or the team morphs. There's not multiple teams. They morph into action. They spot Woe, and then Woe starts making them wobbly and blurry with her jewel, and they are sent to the other dimension. When they
other dimension.
Sent to another dimension. When they get there, Billy
This
spots
is now
Marge.
Dr. Who.
Yep. He approaches her and asks if she's okay. Marge is okay, and she's like, "Oh wow, you're the Power Rangers, wow!" And Billy's like, "Remain calm, we'll save you." And then Madame Woe appears, and she attacks the Rangers. She knocks them down. They get up. She knocks them down again with her stretchy tendril hair. The Rangers attack with their power weapons, but Woe just like dodges it and murders them. She's like, "You Rangers are weaklings," and she just keeps beating them up. Billy's like, "Everybody, shoot the blasters, shoot the blade blasters." They do, but they miss. Nothing happens. Woe continues to boast as she attacks the Rangers with her highly pressurized water spray. And then Zach's like, "Yeah,
The fuck?
yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
At least make it lasers.
No, if you spray someone with pressurized water, it's gonna knock them down. If you spray somebody with like a fucking fire hose, it's gonna fucking knock them down. This makes sense as an attack.
I guess.
Yeah, Zach's like, the weapons aren't working, and then he says, "There must be some way to beat her." And Zach, buddy, Zordon told you how to beat her already. But apparently nobody remembers this right now, and then they're all like, "I wonder what we're gonna do to beat Madame Woe."
This is why Zordon waited to tell Kimberly and Billy how to defeat what's his name in that one episode.
Toadman, I don't know his real name.
Because if he'd have told Zach, Jason, or Trini, they would have never figured out what the fuck to do.
So true.
So this is why he waited to tell Kimberly.
That's why they were the expendable ones when the team changed. It's like they had to keep Kim, Billy, and Tommy because they're the three sharp ones, whereas Jason, Zach, and Trini aren't as sharp.
Exactly. They're just like.
I think Trini is more sharp than Tommy and maybe even Kimberly, actually. So I feel like
that's kind of disrespectful to Trini, but
how is that disrespectful to Trini to say that she's more sharp?
What you said beforehand.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Like lumping her in with Zach and Jason is kind of disrespectful.
So Billy says they have to go fast in nerd speak. Trini translates.
Gotta go fast.
Go
fast.
Yep, sure. Then they get blasted and sparks and explosions occur. And Marge is like, "Oh, this fight is progressing poorly. Oh no." And then Madame Woe is like, "Ooh, who will I finish off first? Mwahaha." And then Billy jumps in. He attacks with his power lance, but it gets blocked. And then Billy's like, "We can't beat her in her dimension. We have to get back to ours." And then finally Zordon's plan comes up, and Billy's like, "We gotta combine our power coins." And Jason's like, "Ready when you are." And then Billy kicks Woe away. He falls in line with the rest of the team. They take their power coins out of their morphers, state their dinosaur names, then put the coins together, which causes a big, spooky, colorful glow. Not a blow, a glow. And then envelops and empowers Billy. That allows Billy to escape the dimension, so he's back on regular Earth now. And then him and Woe fight one-on-one. Billy's at a disadvantage at first. He gets knocked down, but he does get back up again, though, because you're never going to keep him down. He tries to strike her with the power lance, but she keeps teleporting all around and shit. Then she knocks him down again.
Boom, I'm here. Boom, I'm here. Boom, I'm here.
Yep, she's like, "Ooh, I'm over here now. I'm over here. Oh.
I'm over here.
I'm over here. Yeet.
You can get me.
The shit empty. Yeet. So she does a wind attack on him. It sends him flying into a cliffside. But then he kicks off of the cliff in an attempt to do his own attack. But then Woe electrocutes him with her stretchy hair tendrils. And can I just say, the whole Woe fight is just like so excellent. Like, this is the point. This sequence is what made me really just like look at it and be like, wow, this whole sequence has just been like excellent. So shout out to the fight choreography in this episode.
Absolutely.
Billy is thrown to the ground. Woe just starts ragdolling the poor boy. She's laughing maniacally while she does that, of course. But eventually, Billy's able to grab her hair tendrils, and he does a maneuver, and he's able to destroy her jewel. And then Billy's like, you guys, I'm calling to you in the other dimension. You're gonna be free soon." And Zach's like, "Sick. Hey, Marge, stay to the side and out of the way. It's for safety when we get out." And then things get all shaky and woozy again, and then they're free. They're here. The other Rangers flip into battle. Madame Woe laments about them escaping. And then Billy hits her with the, "But you won't, Madame Woe!" And the Rangers start doing good kicks and good punches on her. And then they combine their weapons to form the power cannon. And they make her explode. She die.
Make her explode. She die.
They make her explode and she die.
They make her explode.
Then they gather around Marge, and she's like, "Power Rangers, totally awesome." Or no, she's like, "You guys are something, I can't think of it." And then Billy's like, "Totally awesome," and she's like, "Yeah, that's what I wanted to say." And then we cut to Rita. She's lamenting about her headache, and then right back to the juice bar. Short and sweet. Zach's doing a funky hip-hop dance moves. Everybody's watching him.
Do we not have a Megazord fight?
No.
I could have sworn I remembered us having a Megazord fight.
No, we do not. That is incorrect.
Fuck.
So everybody's watching Zach's funky dance. Bulk and Skull are in disguise. One of them is like a mustache, like nose and glasses, like guy, and the other one's dressed like a woman. I don't remember which was which. Zach finishes his dance. Everybody claps for him. Billy and Marge are sitting to the side. And Billy's like, "I was worried about you when you didn't show up." And Marge is like, "Oh, that's sweet that you were worried about me." And she's like, "I was worried too, but then the Power Ranger saved me." I really like the blue one. The blue one's super cool. How about that? She really likes the blue one.
Okay, pause for a second.
Yeah.
Billy was worried because he wasn't going to get to have any garage time with her.
Great. I'm glad you just stopped the whole track to say that.
I did. But that was legitimately my thought at that moment, and I had to say it.
So Billy smiles. He giggles like a goofo, as she calls the Blue Ranger.
Billy is a goofo.
Gallant and sexy and shit. But then he quickly snaps back into reality. He's like, "Oh wow, the Blue Ranger, huh? It's cool." He's like, "Oh yeah, here's your necklace I found." She's like, "Oh my god, you got my necklace!" And then she kisses him on the cheek. Ayo, he's getting some action. Zach
Billy getting some pussy,
of course. Zach points him out to Jason, and he's talking with like some playful jealousy. He's like, "He's getting all that, and he's not even dancing. What the hell?" And then Jason teases him for not having anything going on, and they have a playful little shove fight. And they end up right next to Bulk and Skull, who Ernie recognizes, tears off their disguises, and accosts them. He's like, "How dare you try to pull a fast one on me? You gotta pay for that cake or get out." And Kim's like, "They made a cute couple, though. Haha."
As they do, because they are a couple. That is a definite thing.
And Ernie's like, "All right, you gotta either give me the money for the cake or leave." And then Bulk's like, "All right, I'll give you the money. I gotta get
it out of the bank."
And then he takes his shoe off.
Ernie's like, "What are you doing?"
And then he takes his sock off. And Skull covers his nose. Bulk's foot is very visibly dirty and gross. And the money is in between his toes. Bulk tries to hand Ernie the money. But it does smell so bad that Ernie collapses into the new cake. The Rangers come over asking what happened. Jason pulls Ernie out of the cake and he's like, "It's not time for cake yet, Ernie. You still got sandwiches to serve." Then Ernie's like, "Yeah, but first I gotta work up an appetite, then dance." and they all go on the dance floor. Bulk and Skull look on in awe as a cake-covered Ernie just boogies down, not caring about what the rest of the world thinks. And that is the end of the episode.
Yep.
So, final thoughts on Peace, Love, and Woe.
Billy gets a bitch the episode.
Sure, buddy.
That's my final thoughts on it. Billy gets a bitch.
Okay. God, I don't know what it is. You just frustrate. Every joke you make is completely unfunny.
I
And I
don't
just
care.
have to be like, okay.
I don't care. So, who's your favorite character?
I guess it kind of.
That's your favorite character. Okay,
Yeah, that's my
John.
favorite character in the episode.
Your favorite character is John. Nice.
My favorite character was probably. Is it Billy?
Probably not.
Like, who else is it, though? Who is it for you?
Jason.
Why?
Hey, Billy, we got an emergency.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're totally right. I didn't even think about that. He is the best character in this episode.
Exactly. Okay. Favorite scene?
Hold on. Give
You
me a
already know what
second
mine's
to
gonna
type in the
be.
fucking document. Jesus.
Huh?
Give me a second to type in the document. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I gotta keep track of it. Okay. So favorite scene. I think my favorite scene is the emergency. I think.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
just the emergency scene.
I love that so much.
It's perfect.
A lot of this episode is very good. Actually, you know what? I gave my favorite character to Jason for that scene, so to be fair and spread my love, I will give my favorite scene to the fight, basically just like the fight between Billy and Madame Woe.
Fair enough. I'm sticking with that emergency scene. It's my favorite because I just like that scene the best.
Fair. Now we gotta rank it. I feel like it's pretty high. Is it better than
What's our number 4?
Food Fight?
It's not better than Food Fight.
It's not better than Food Fight? Is it better than No Clowning Around?
No Clowning Around is
Clown
Octopus.
episode. Clown Octopus, yes.
Yeah?
Okay, so number 5 then?
Yeah, number 5.
Alright, coming in at the new number 5. Peace, Love,
And
and
Woe.
Woe. So, Crow, that's one episode. Tell us about the other.
The other episode being Foul Play in the Sky. Episode 14, originally aired on September 22nd of 1993, and then again on February 13th of 2010. Written and directed by Shuki Levy.
I believe it's Shuki Levy is the pronunciation.
It's not Levi, I do know that.
Yeah, it's definitely not Levi.
Holy fucking shit.
What?
I just clicked on his wiki page. Holy shit, this man's on a lot of things.
Wait, who's in a lot of things?
Shuki Levy.
Oh, Shuki Levy? Yeah, he's a very influential person on the Power Ranger staff.
He goes back all the way to 1970.
Oh yeah. He's been
for
in the
his
industry
TV
for a while.
series.
Yeah. I guess
And
it's
then
pretty impressive. Yeah.
he's up. He also wrote on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie.
Yeah, I knew that. His name is on my VHS copy that I have now. But I
you have
can't
a
watch
VHS copy of
many
it now?
fucking
Nice.
AV cables.
Nice.
I've told this story on this podcast, I think, about the AV cables that I don't have.
You told about. I didn't know you had a VHS copy of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I definitely told you that, but I understand. People
I
forget.
had forgotten that part of it. Then.
Yeah. So anyway, you said all the shit, right? For Foul Play in the Sky?
Aired September 22nd, 1993. Re-aired February 13th, 2010. Shuki Levy.
Okay, yeah. Written and directed by Shuki Levy?
Yeah, written and directed by.
Okay. So we start at an airfield. There's a man. He's drinking from a can of soda, and he's checking his watch. Then we cut to an airport sign. There's some payphones there. And we hear Kim's voice giggling and then asking to talk to Trini again. Who is she talking to before?
I'm assuming Billy.
I guess that's a good theory. I was like, was she talking to Trini's? Was she giggling about something Trini's mom said? But yeah, maybe Billy. That makes sense.
It's if she's trying to talk to Billy, it's most likely Trini. Or if she's trying to talk to Trini, it's most likely Billy because duo. If she was trying to talk to Zach, she would be talking to Jason.
Yeah. So Kim tells Trini that she's gonna have so much fun today because her Uncle Steve is taking her flying. And then Mr. Soda Man approaches, and Kim's like, Trini, hold on. And she's like, are you ready? So Drink Man is evidently Uncle Steve. Steve says he has to pick up some maps, and then they'll be ready to take off. And Kim's like, okay, we'll meet right here. And then Steve leaves. Kim gets back on the phone. And then we cut to the juice bar. Jason and Zach are there. Jason is going absolutely fucking berserk on a punching bag, which Zach is holding up. Jason stops. He starts like panting because he's tired. Zach chuckles and gives him a pat on the shoulder. And then Zach catches sight of a beautiful young lady and says, "Oh man, there she is." And Jason's like, "Who?" And he's like, "Angela. She's the girl of my dreams."
You got no chance, man.
Yeah, I know. Jason giggles and asks if she even knows he's alive. I love their goofy bro dynamic so much. Zach says she will in a minute. Tells Jason to watch and learn, and goes to approach her. He goes up to her and says, "Hey, Angela, you got any time for the Zach man?"
You got any time for the Zach man?
No. If I were a lady, I'd be absolutely drenched. I'd be dripping. But
dripping either way, Riely.
But Angela just sneers and tells Zach to quote get real. And Zach just like stands and nods awkwardly.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand and nod.
And Jason's just like, ooh.
Yeah, she really knows you exist now.
Sorry, what was the last thing I said?
I don't know what the last thing you said is.
God damn it, Pro Royalty. We're doing a show. Pay attention.
I know the last thing that I said was, yeah, she really knows that you exist now.
Of course. So Jason gives like a silent, ooh, like, ugh. And then we cut to Rita. Rita's like, I'm going to make Kim's plane crash. We're gonna...
I'm going to make Kim's plane crash.
They're going to give Steve a sleeping potion. Then they're going to send down Snizzard. Goldar is thrilled about this idea. Him and Rita are both excited at the prospect of being able to attack more effectively with one less ranger. We cut to the airfield again. Lunk teleports in, and he spikes Steve's drink with a potion, and then he quickly teleports away. Meanwhile, Bulk and Skull are nearby, and they got binoculars, and they're plane watching. Skull does his iconic laugh, and then Bulk starts monologuing about how he's always wanted to be a pilot. Skull agrees, and then he says he has the mind of a pilot, and Bulk asks what makes him think that, and Skull says it's because Mr. Kaplan says he's an airhead. Now, he says this completely unironically, in earnest.
Yeah. That's how you become a pilot, is you're an airhead.
You're an airhead, exactly. That must mean the perfect pilot. What else would airhead mean?
Yeah, what else? It's totally not a dumbass.
Yeah, so Bulk gives a concerned, awkward nod. And then he spots Kim and Steve, and he's like, "Hey, Skull, look." And Skull looks over through his binoculars, and he's like, "Hey, it's Kimberly." And then Bulk snatches the binoculars. And Steve's just like pointing out planes in the sky to his niece. They're looking at planes and shit. And then Bulk and Skull run up to her, calling their name. She tries to ignore them, but eventually she can't because they've run right up to her. And Skull's like, "Where are you guys going?" And Kim's like, "I'm going flying with my uncle, bye."
Yeah,
And
go fly, bye.
Bulk's like, can we go with, though? And Kim's like, no. And then she kind of realizes how she's being a little bit mean. So she's like, because the plane is small, so like, and then she like doesn't even really finish the excuse, and she's like, maybe another time. And then Steve's like, yeah, no. I insist that your good friends Bulk and Skull come with us. And Bulk's like, thank you, Uncle. And Skull's like, yeah, Uncle. And Steve's like, just call me Steve. So Steve and Kim, they start heading towards the plane. Bulk and Skull exchange a smile at each other, and then they realize they're falling behind, so they dash and follow. Bulk has trouble getting into the plane because he's fat. Skull eventually pushes him through after much effort. Everybody gets on. They strap in. Steve starts the plane. The plane rolls down the runway. Steve calls for clearance to take off. And when he gets it, they do. And now they're airborne. And Skull's like, oh shit, we're really high. And Bulk's like, oh no. And Skull asks Bulk if he's afraid of flying. And Bulk's like, no, I'm not afraid of flying. I'm afraid of crashing. So they're both all freaked out. Steve drinks from his spiked drink. Oh no!
Yeah, it's been spiked.
Kim is impressed by how beautiful the city and the park look from the sky. Steve points out the juice bar. They're looking around. Then we cut to Rita's palace. Goldar says that the plane is airborne and that the pilot should pass out soon, unless Lunk fucks things up for everybody like he always does. And Lunk's like, no, I put the potion in, just like you said. I did do that. Rita's like, guys, it's time. And everybody's super excited about Snizzard. So we get a slideshow and a rundown. So this guy, he's half snake and he's half lizard. He attacks by releasing his leg cobras or by shooting them in arrows. Hey. Fucking leg cobras? That's metal as fuck. That's epic.
I like the cobra arrows better, all things considered.
But they're still leg cobras. They're just being shot via arrows. So she also explains, his backstory, his tenuous backstory. His life before evil servitude is actually uncertain. There's two conflicting stories. One is that he's a happily married, goofy father of 4 young boys. And there's one where he's a drug kingpin. I don't know.
Sorry, what?
He definitely is the danger, though, either way.
What? Hold on. What?
The joke is that Snizzard is actually voiced by now very famous actor Bryan Cranston, known for both playing Hal, the dad in Malcolm in the Middle, and Walter White from Breaking Bad. That was the joke, folks.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that joke at first. I'm like, wait, Snizzard was a drug dealer?
Yes, he made blue meth.
I'm canonizing that Snizzard was a drug dealer.
The Snizzard bad.
It's like how we've just completely renamed Lunk. Now Snizzard's just canonically a drug dealer.
Snizzard just canonically Walter White.
But a snake.
So anyway. So Goldar's like, he'll drain the energy from the Power Rangers. And then we cut back to the plane. Kim's like, look at those mountains. They're cool. And Steve's like, is this the first time you've flown by these mountains? And she's like, no. I've flown by them before. She has a lot of memories of these mountains. Because these mountains just happen to be the ones near the command center. And then we get a little flashback sequence to the day of the dumpster. And that takes up like a whole part of the episode.
A weird question. I have a weird question. Okay, so if it's common to fly by these mountains, like, regularly, how has the command center not been found?
Probably has. They just don't know what it is. It's like, oh, that's just a structure in the desert.
Why wouldn't they go and, inspect this structure?
Because it's not their land.
It's the government's land.
No, Zordon has a lease.
Zordon is not a fucking...
Zordon...
Dude, that is Rita. Rita can't be the same thing, because they're rivals. Wait, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So anyway,
Zordon and Rita are only fighting because they want the same piece of land.
yeah, it's landlord disputes.
Landlord disputes.
So then we get a little Day of the Dumpster flashback. Then we cut back to the present, and she's just looking at those mountains wistfully. And then suddenly, Steve starts to get a little woozy. Kim's like, "What's wrong?" And Steve's like, "I'm feeling a little dizzy." Then Bulk's like, "Hey, what did he say?" And Skull's like, "Oh, it's nothing. He's just dizzy." And they look at each other and realize that means that he's not going to be able to fly the plane too good. And they start to scream. We see the plane swerving as we hear Bulk and Skull screaming for their lives. Steve has fainted now. Bulk and Skull scream and cry. And then we cut to Rita's palace. She's gloating. She calls for Finster, and immediately he's like, "Yep, Snizzard, cooking him right now."
I have a question real quick.
Sure.
So, we know Kimberly can fly. We know this. Because she flies the Pterodactyl Zord.
Different.
Do we ever see the controls?
She doesn't know how to drive the plane, so obviously the pterodactyl controls are different.
That or she's putting on a show to try and keep her secret identity.
She struggles to fly the plane after everybody else is unconscious.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Dumbass.
Never mind. I find it fucking weird that she can't fly a plane, but she can fly a fucking... Wait, does that mean that the pterodactyl flies on fucking helicopter controls then?
Or maybe Zords are just weird. I don't know, Pro Royalty.
Because, like, how else would they be controlling that motherfucker in the 90s?
I don't know.
I'm sticking with either it's a weird fuck off plane or it's a fucking helicopter.
So Rita gloats about how they'll win because Kim is out of the way, and then we cut away. We cut
Kimberly's never out of the way.
No,
Kimberly's always a problem.
She's always an issue.
She'll
never truly be.
She's a part of the issue crew. She's always an issue.
Oh, that's so funny. So
that's effectively what the Power Rangers are to Rita. It's the issue crew.
Oh my god!
Tell me
the original issue crew.
The original issue crew, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The Mighty Morphin issue crew.
Fuck, that joke is not funny. I don't know why I laughed at that so hard.
I think that one was pretty funny.
That was not as funny as I made it out to be, though.
Anyway. So we cut back to the plane. They're losing altitude. Kim doesn't know what to do. Bulk and Skull scream again, but Kim immediately turns around. She's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to think." Steve is completely unconscious.
Okay, Riely, I'm gonna say this real quick. You are on point with all of these, like, very, like, specific actor moments.
Of course.
You were very on point with that tonight.
Yeah, so Skull is relieved because he's just unconscious. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, wait. There's everything to worry about, actually. Bulk and Skull verbally decide that it is time to faint, and then they faint.
I've done that before. It's really funny and really helpful.
It's an important skill.
It is an important skill.
So Kim starts talking to herself and telling herself to calm down as she tries to pilot the plane. But that's not working, and she starts screaming about how they're going to crash. She calls Zordon. She's like, "Help, please help. I need help right now." And then at the command center office, like, "I can hear you, but I don't know where you are. What? I.
Beep.
And Zordon's like, "I'm showing her at a really high altitude, and she's dropping. Try to locate her more."
Locator.
Yes. Kim tells Alpha that she's trying to fly the plane, but she doesn't know what to do. Alpha's like, "If your life's in danger, just morph out of there. I. And then Kim's like, I can't. There's other people here. What do I do?" And then the alarm goes off at the command center. Oh no, bad timing. Zordon says to contact the other Rangers because Rita has launched an attack. And Alpha, recounting the premise of this whole television program, says that must mean Rita has a new monster.
That's the whole premise.
So Alpha presses some buttons, and those apparently signal the Rangers. Zordon's like, oh, it's all part of Rita's plan for Kim's plane thing to be a distraction. Oh, no, no. Zordon tells Alpha to teleport the Rangers in. Alpha presses some buttons, and he's like, we're on our way. And they're on their way. The Rangers are. Then he talks to Kim. He's like, okay, I'll guide you on how to fly the plane. Hold it steady. Slowly pull the controls towards you. And that's working. The plane levels off. And then we cut back to the command center. The other Rangers are there now. Zordon tells them not to panic about Kim right away because she's bright and she's capable and the plane is stable. Alpha does some more IIAIs.
I have a question real quick.
Sure.
Do we ever find out what Kimberly ends up doing after she leaves Angel Grove?
Gymnastics.
Does she like
did the Clan Global Games? That's a very different thing. The Pan Global Games.
But no, what I mean, like, does she stick with that for the rest of her career, or does she end up doing something else?
I assume she's literally being groomed for the Olympics, so I assume she just stays a gymnast.
Okay.
We never get confirmation one way or the other, but I assume she stays a gymnast.
My thought behind it was if something ever fell through with Kimberly doing this. Kimberly's a fucking pilot.
I mean, yeah, she figured out how to fly that plane pretty damn quick.
She figured out how to fly that plane in 5 minutes and did it pretty damn well.
Yeah, Zordon's like, we have to help her get control and land because she's going to run out of fuel at some point, and that would not be good if that happened. And the Power Rangers, they're looking at the viewing globe. They become distressed because the plane starts to swerve toward the mountains, and then suddenly alarm. And Alpha's like, oh no, it's a second stage alert, which, okay, I don't know what that means.
What does a second stage alert mean?
And Zach's like, what now? And Zordon's like, Rita's latest monster is terrorizing the park.
Okay. That's an everyday occurrence at this point.
Yeah, it happens.
It was... Power Rangers used to be a daily show, right?
Yeah, it used to air like Monday through Friday, I think.
Yeah, so that's a daily occurrence.
Yes.
What's the... Because I'm so used to Power Rangers being a weekly thing, I'm like, wait. Yeah, this was a daily occurrence for these people.
Yeah.
Why are they surprised?
Rita had weekends off, though.
Rita did have weekends off because Rita was tired.
She was entitled that by the United Alliance of Evil Union.
No, she was tired of dealing with the original issue crew. After
Instead again.
I said she's tired of it. I was saying that before you fucking said your thing. You had tried to cut me off. I just finished what I was saying.
Well, you did. Shut up.
No.
Sometimes you don't need to finish what you're saying.
I'm going to finish what I'm trying to say.
So Trini tells Alpha to take care of Kim. Then the other 4 Rangers morph into action. They confront Snizzard. Snizzer. They first take the offensive with their blade blasters in blade mode, but he knocks them all away. They switch to blaster mode. They fire at him, but their blasts are deflected, and they're knocked down by explosions. Trini's like, oh, that golden apple on his head. It's deflecting all our power back at us. Snizzard starts attacking, just knocks around our poor heroes.
I know this is, like, really stupid, but I can't be the only person that was like, yep, Kim's going to beat this monster by herself. When we saw the golden apple, I'm like, that's literally an archery target. That's like a common, like, dare.
The archery trope. Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, yeah. I'm not trying to spoil the episode, but, like, yeah, that's the only thing I could think of when that was shown off.
So Snizzard starts attacking everybody. He's knocking around our poor heroes. He tail slaps Jason. We go back to the plane. Kim tells Alpha that she's headed toward the mountains. She's very distressed. Alpha tells her to turn the wheel gently so the plane banks at 20 degrees, and that it will take her 40 seconds to complete a 180-degree turn. He tells her to stay calm. She's like, I'm trying.
How does she count out 40 seconds? Like, accurately, I mean, because you can count out 40 seconds.
1, 2...
Riely.
Yeah.
even doing that, most people would be off by like 2 to 3 seconds.
Oh my god, shut up, you fucking little geek nerd. I'm gonna fucking
I
hang you on
am
a
a
locker by
fucking
your
nerd.
underwear.
What?
I'm gonna hang you on a locker by your underwear.
I'm too fat for that, and you know that. That's like me saying I'm gonna hang you on your locker by your underwear.
I
You're
don't
too
know.
fat for anyone to try that.
Figure it out.
I'll hang you from a flagpole by your fucking shirt.
So anyway, she starts gently turning the wheel. Then we cut to the command center. Jason's calling in. He's like, Snithers kicking our ass. We need Kimberly right now.
Yeah, it's
And,
kicking out ass.
and Alpha's like, aye, aye, aye. And Kim's like, don't say that. That scares me. And he's like, no. I'm referring to the other Rangers. They're like fighting a monster right now. They need you as soon as possible, by the way. They might die.
Well, this wouldn't be the first time that Zordon has sent a team of Rangers to their death.
No.
Definitely not.
So Kim asks about her uncle. Alpha says that they've sent a message to Angel Grove Airport and that there will be an ambulance when they land. Kim smiles. She happily announces that she can see Angel Grove. And Alpha's like,
How
sick.
far out are these fucking mountains?
I don't know. Alpha's like, sick. We'll check back soon. Then meanwhile, at the Snizzard fight, the Rangers get wrapped up by leg cobras. They're draining them. Snizzard gloats. Jason laments that he's getting weaker. Then Snizzard starts attacking the weakened Rangers and just ragdolling them around. It's not going well. Then we go back to Kim on the plane. She's still flying. Bulk and Skull wake up, and Skull's like, oh, hey, look, Kim's driving the plane. And they look at each other, and they're like, holy shit, Kim's driving the plane. And they scream again, and then they faint again.
As one does when a
course.
teenager is flying a plane.
Yes, I would say so. Would you rather have a teenager fly your plane or Furbus fly your plane? Masked Rider references, folk. Let us know if you got it.
Would you rather Furbus fly a plane or? Fuck,
Furbus was pretty good at it, apparently.
What was his name?
Who?
The motherfucker that was supposed to be Jason David Frank's character before he became Tommy.
Adam
that wasn't
Steele.
Yeah, that guy.
That wasn't before he became Tommy.
Huh?
That wasn't before he became Tommy.
I thought that was before
that was before he came back in Return of an Old Friend. That was between Green Cable. That's not what it is. Green Candle and Return of an Old Friend.
Okay, I thought it was before he got cast as Tommy. I don't know when that show was supposed to come out. I don't even know if that show did come out or not.
Tommy was supposed to stay gone after Green Candle, and he was going to go be Cybertron. And they were like, no, we're going to have you be the Green Ranger more, and we're going to do something else with Cybertron.
Yeah, but yeah, would you rather Cybertron fly a plane or Furbus fly a plane?
I don't know why you're asking me that. What does Cybertron have to do with flying a plane?
I
brought up Furbus because he's flown a plane before.
Wait, Furbus legitimately flew a plane? I thought you were just saying
yes.
It's stupid. What?
That happened in Masked Rider.
I've never seen Masked Rider, so I didn't genuinely know.
I watched this
episode with Jack and
Trent recently.
I thought it was something you were just pulling out of your ass because everybody's been doing Furbus memes in fucking Discord.
No, Furbus flew a plane. That's real.
What the fuck?
Yep.
I'm gonna go watch Masked Rider now. That's gonna be the first thing I cover on my fucking podcast.
Oh my god.
You want to be on that episode since you know so much.
I literally don't know much. I know I've seen A Friend in Need, and I've seen the episode where Furbus flies a plane. That's what I know about Masked Rider.
That's more than I know.
Fair. We go back to the command center. Alpha's looking at the viewing globe, seeing the Rangers all wrapped up. He's very concerned. Soron's like, the Rangers need Kim's powerboat to beat Snizzard, so like you gotta focus on helping her land. So Alpha calls Kim again, asks her how she's doing. Kim's like, I can see the airport. And Alpha's like, good, but make sure you land at the right speed. Decrease your speed, turn your throttle knob down, and then push forward on the controls. Kim starts to doubt herself, but Alpha's like, you can do anything you set your mind to. And Kim's like, yes, you're right, I can. #girlboss. So she girl bosses her way through flying a plane. She starts to land. Air traffic control tells her that her plane is not clear to land on the runway that it's about to land on. Kim does not respond to them despite their continuous protests as she lands the plane. She lands successfully. She lets out a cheer and a giggle. Steve wakes up and he's like, "What's going on?" And Kim's like, "You're okay." And then she's like, "Oh shit, oh fuck, how do I stop the plane?" And Steve's like, "Okay, I got it. Don't worry about it, I got it."
I got it. Yeah,
So,
as a teenager does. I always got it.
there's a fire truck and a helicopter and shit, but the plane comes to a smooth stop. And then air traffic control guy's like, "Hey, buddy, like when you have a second, we gotta talk about that landing, bro."
Yeah, that landing was kind of not meant.
And then Kim tells Steve to make sure Bulk and Skull are okay because she has to go. Steve's like, "Wait, where are you going?" And she's like, "I'll call you later. I gotta go." And then she runs. The ambulance
As a teenager
arrives.
does.
Of course, the ambulance arrives as Kim leaves.
The ambience?
I said the ambulance. I said
No,
ambulance.
you said the ambience.
I did not say ambience. Fuck you.
You said ambience.
The fucking Megazord Radio Podcast at gmail.com. Email us. Tell us what I said. I don't even know if that's the right email address, but I'm pretty sure it is.
If it is, you're gonna get a couple of emails.
Yes, that's the intention, hopefully, but probably not. So the ambulance arrives as Kim leaves. She runs until she stops at like a secluded treed area. Don't make fun of me.
I'm kidding.
So she calls Alpha. She tells him that she's down safe and she's ready to go. And I was like, "Hurry! The other Power Rangers are gonna die like right now." And she just like sighs and she's like, "What a day!" And then she's like, "It's morphin' time." She morphs into action. Then we go back to the fight where Snizzard is gonna zap the Rangers, of course, with his apple power. He's gonna zap them with the Zap Apple. Trini says, "You won't get away with this," and all the Rangers are struggling. And Snizzard's like, "Goodbye, Power Rangers. I'm gonna kill you right now." But then he's about to shoot his arrow, but then his arrow gets split by another arrow, and that one's from Kim's power bow.
I'm sorry,
and she's like,
that's another archery trope that kind of gets me. It's like, why the fuck? I get it.
What do you mean? That's cool.
I get it's something that some people can do, but
yeah,
it's
and
weird.
It's cool.
It's weird. It's just kind of nullified at this point because it's such a common trope. Because you see this, you can see it just about everywhere. You see it in fucking Disney shit. You see it in half of the stop motion shit that has any semblance of bows. It's oversaturated at this point, in my opinion.
Fair.
That's all I have to say about that specific thing.
She says, "Leave my friends alone, you snake!" And she takes up a fighting pose. Snizzard calls putties who just like appear. And then Kim absolutely mows through them with her power bow. Then she helps her friends up. She gets rid of the leg cobras. And Snizzard's like, "I'm not defeated yet. I have my tonsil cobras." So he like opens his big gaping maw. But Kim shoots him in his big gaping maw before he can use his tonsil snakes.
Tonsil snakes.
Fucking tonsil snakes.
That's the best thing in this fucking episode. Tonsil snakes.
You've defeated my leg snakes, but not my tonsil snakes.
This episode is so dumb. I love it.
You're ready for leg cobras, but you're not ready for tonsil snakes.
You're not ready for tonsil snakes. You're ready for leg cobras.
God.
Oh my god.
So anyway, she shoots the apple. She shoots the apple. Snizzard explodes. Jason gloats. We cut to Rita. She's yelling at Lunk, Babu, and Finster about how they failed. And that's where we leave them. We go back to the airfield where the paramedics wake Bulk and Skull. Steve asks if they're feeling any better, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we feel fine." Oh, and they run away. And then they cut to the juice bar, or we cut to the juice bar. And Jason, Billy, and Trini are there. Trini's practicing martial arts with some random blonde dude. Then Bulk and Skull walk in. Kim is at the bar, and she's being a little flirty with a cute boy. And he's impressed by her landing the plane. He's like, "Wow, you landed a plane. That's so cool." And she's like, "Oh my god." Oh. Obviously, this relationship doesn't work out, considering what happens very soon. Is this Matt? Is this Matt?
Matt who?
Matt,
Damon?
Kim's ex-boyfriend who becomes the Green Ranger in the comics, Matt?
Let me check. Matthew Cook.
Matthew.
The fuck is a Gravezord? Oh, that. I'm trying to see if this is.
I'm just gonna assume it's Matt. That's my headcanon. So
I don't know if he gets named.
I don't think he does, but I think it's Matt. So Jason and Zach are at the bar now too, and they do a playful gag gesture and they giggle amongst themselves about Kim's romantic escapades. They start mocking her, doing like a girl voice and being like, "Oh, you're so cool and strong," and because that's what Kim would do because she's a girl. And then as Zach is mocking, he gets up and he accidentally knocks a tray of smoothies out of Angela's hands. And then Bulk and Skull walk up just in time to get gooped.
Wait, it is Matt.
There you go.
It is Matt.
There's Matt, folks.
He's not credited though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not credited?
So everybody laughs, and then bum.
Yeah. Wait.
What?
Zordon also liked to cook meth.
Yes, I'm not in this show, but in the movie, yes.
No, Zordon is played by the same guy as Snizzard. I didn't know this.
No, he's not.
Apparently, according to the Bryan Cranston wiki, he plays Snizzard.
He plays Zordon in the 2017 movie.
Oh, okay, but still, like to cook meth.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh god.
So anyway, who was your favorite character, and why was it Kimberly?
It's not Kimberly.
Really?
It's Snizzard. He likes to cook meth.
That's not a real thing.
I'm kidding. The fact that you got so mad at that.
Bullshit.
I'm kidding. It's genuinely Kimberly though.
Yeah, it's obviously Kimberly. She flies a fucking plane. Part of me wants to give it to Skull because I really liked all of his comedic delivery where he would find out like the awful news and like he would report it as if it was actually just like super casual and fine. And then like him and Bulk would be like, "Oh shit, it's not fine."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, it's just unconscious. That's fine." "Oh shit, that's not fine. That's not fine at all."
Yeah.
But I will give it to Kimberly because she flies a fucking plane and she's a girl boss.
Favorite scene.
Favorite scene? I feel like I'm gonna go with the finishing off of the monster. I like the I like the solo kill.
It's good. It does
I was a big fan of the straight shoot kill.
Okay, so the thing about that is it kind of confirms something stupid in my head.
Like
something
what?
that I kind of thought about prior. So you know how like Kimberly the show is season 3?
Yes.
This kind of just is like Kimberly's the strongest ranger until Tommy's introduced. And I'm like,
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
I think Jason is
I'm not
stronger.
sure if I have a problem with that thought, though. That's the thing. Like, I am perfectly fine with Kimberly being the like power-wise strongest person on the team, aside from like Tommy. I don't think I have a problem with that. I probably would have before. I probably would have before I started watching the show again. But yeah, as of now, I kind of like that idea.
What was your favorite scene?
Landing the plane.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So now it's time to rank it, and the episodes have really been ramping up. The number 3?
Yeah.
Why are you just calling out numbers? You don't know what this list looks like.
Standing by my statement.
No, because it's not better than Happy Birthday, Zach. This episode is 1000% not as good as Happy Birthday Zach. So we're not putting it above Happy Birthday Zach. I'll put it above Food Fight if you want, but that's as far as I'm going.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so coming in
It's
at the
at least
new
like it's kind of on par with Happy Birthday Zach, so I'll give it that.
coming in at the new number 4, Foul Play in the Sky.
I really like this episode, by the way, people.
This is a big highlight for me from pre-Tommy.
So again, this is why I said it's number 3 right off the bat.
Well, it's number 4 because Happy Birthday Zach is better, but it's pretty good.
Okay, now I want to talk about this Dawn Brothers clip that I sent you.
No, we can talk about that next week. We're done.
No,
it's over.
I don't want to have to go back and rewatch that clip.
Well, too bad.
We have 15 minutes until. We have 15 minutes. We're good.
Whatever, man. Sure, go ahead.
You're the one that said you had things to say about it that you wanted to say.
Yes, but I want to save it for next week because I'm fucking tired.
Fine.
Crow Royalty, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Crow Royalty and probably on a podcast next week.
No, hold on. Let's talk about it. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. So explain to me what this is. Explain to listeners what this is. And
okay, so this is a clip that was sent to me by Jack. I will share it on Twitter later. But
I saw it on Twitter. I thought I saw it spread it on Twitter too.
I don't know if I will find the post on Twitter, but basically it is a clip of the first episode of Dawn Brothers where
they took footage from Dawn Brothers and they just dubbed it over with really generic Power Rangers tier voice acting and quippage and fucking super power coin attack.
Yeah, and the funniest part is this is exactly how they'd fucking do it in Power Rangers too. Another one thing that I do really like about it
felt very I liked the energy on whoever voiced Don Red.
Very much so.
It gave me Spectacular Spider-Man vibes as he was quipped especially during the scene where the Megazord gets surrounded by the ice.
Yeah.
He starts I don't even remember what the quip was, but the way he delivers it as he struggles out of the trap, full on Spectacular Spider-Man vibes, because that was all the time is Peter would be being crushed by something or something, and he would choke out a quip as he escaped that situation.
Yeah, one of the probably best lines in the fucking little bit that I saw was what they don't tell you about the Power Rangers Megazords? They don't have any fucking air conditioning.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How do you guys live like this?
How do y'all guys live like this? And it was the best thing. But
I want this to be real now. To be honest,
I really do too, because this would be great.
Some of it is overly goofy, but it's really fun.
So good. And a minor thing, the way that they handled the Zenkaiger ability, summoning Jiran for the Megazord, they started off. Oh, this is the literal
the effect with the Mighty Morphin logo there was impressive to me.
It starts as the literal Mighty Morphin Megazord, and then it's the Zenkaiger logo coming down on top of it to turn it into Zenkaigeron, which I find so fucking sick.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
That is some good editing. And then you have the bit where they're about to combine, and you get Zenkai Black up there, in the background, and then you have the Don Momotaro gear, and then you have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, with the titles and everything, and they're just spinning around before they just clash into each other. Dude, I love this. This is so good, and I really wish it existed. But
yeah, but
Hasbro owns Power Rangers now.
Yeah, and we're gonna get a Netflix show and an animated series.
Yeah, and we're not gonna get Dawn Brothers.
Nope. We're gonna get an original team that an American invented, and we're gonna get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the cartoon screen.
And we're never gonna get Power Rangers again after this specific team that an American invented that looks like trash.
I don't think that's true. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not talking about Cosmic Fury.
I'm talking about Cosmic Fury. What are
I'm
you
talking
talking
about a series after Cosmic Fury.
Oh, I didn't know there was a series after Cosmic Fury.
No, Power Rangers is not over. People trying to spread this narrative that Power Rangers is over because they're leaving New Zealand and they're not using Sentai footage anymore. They're fucking wrong. There's very easily accessible news about an actively in development Netflix original series about Power Rangers. Like, that is coming. The Mighty
It's
Morphin
probably
Power
just going to
Rangers.
use the original suits.
No, it's not. They expressly confirm that they're not.
Okay.
And the Mighty Morphin animated series isn't confirmed yet, but like, come on, that's what's gonna happen.
Well, yes,
It's a logical conclusion.
But if anybody wants to know my opinions on Cosmic Fury, it looks like shit. The toys look like shit. Not gonna buy
Whatever.
anything from
Fucking negative, fucking Nancy.
I have genuine problems with the toys because Power Rangers toys in general from recent years have looked like shit and felt like shit because they're made of cheap plastic, shitty electronics, and literal no interest in the show.
Imagine giving a single shit about toys. Can't be me.
I care. I like collecting Power Ranger stuff. I like collecting Sentai shit. Sentai shit is so
I'm gonna get
better
fucking
quality.
I'm gonna get reamed by the Power Rangers community for that one. I'm gonna get fucking drawn and quartered over being like, oh, fuck toys.
Yeah, probably.
Tarred and feathered.
You're gonna get tarred, feathered, and then shot in the brain.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to find a link to this. I don't know. It's probably easy to find. I guess.
I already found it.
Oh, okay.
I'll post it on my Twitter for those of you that stick around and really want to find this video because this video is
just send it to me and I'll link it in the description, dumbass.
Oh wait, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, so there you go, gamers. Thank you for listening to Megazord Radio. Sorry we were gone. Hopefully we won't be gone again.
Riely, you didn't tell our viewers where they can find you, and I didn't finish where our viewers can find me.
Oh, you're right. Well, yeah, maybe I was getting to that, pro, you stupid bitch. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Crow Royalty. I will post that later. And you'll probably see me next week on another podcast that I'm starting called The Crow's Nest, if I can get the episode recorded.
I wouldn't make promises.
I make no promises. Riely, where can our listeners find you?
My link tree. Go to my link tree. I think it's in the description. It's definitely in Twitter, twitter.com/Riely tweets, and the pinned tweet. It's my link tree, linktr.ee/rielycinematicuniverse. It's got links to all of the stuff that I do, all the different podcasts and bells and whistles and good times.
And check out Issue Crew movie reviews, everyone. Just specifically go check those out. That's the best one that he does, aside from this one.
It's not true.
In my opinion, it is.
Okay, sure, buddy. So, folks, thank you for listening to Megazord Radio. We will hopefully see you next week. I've been Riely.
I've been Crow.
We're morphing out of here. It's morphin' time. Fuck, close enough.
I'm going to bed.